Hey guys, this is a video about breakfast on the road. I find in my professional experience that breakfast is one of the hardest meals to fit into a lifestyle plan. And it's because we have a lot of cultural expectations and conventions around it. You can eat breakfast for any meal and people go insanely happy if I tell them like, you're gonna eat waffles for lunch or for dinner, right? People will say yes, but if you ask a person to have whatever they have for dinner for breakfast, unless it's a cold pizza, things are not gonna go that well. So if you ask a person to eat veggies for breakfast, most people will be like, ooh, how do you do that? It's still one of the most challenging coaching exercises for me, is how to break those conventions and make people realize that you don't have to eat by convention. And if you eat by convention, then you end up following the general trend, which is not a good one. Anyhow, so breakfast is a difficult meal, and that means that when you're on the road, it is a very difficult meal, and it is even harder though. And the problem is that when you are starting your day nutritionally and you started with a downer, shit goes down from there. And so I made this video trying to address how to do breakfast on the road. So the experiment that I did was to think about the worst case scenario. So the worst case scenario is your flight was late, you had a terrible night, you don't have a minibar, you don't have a microwave in the room, and you have no time. You wake up, you have a meeting. That is it. You have no time. And so what do? Well, you go to a gas station, and the gas station is a food desert usually, but still you can do a lot of good stuff in a gas station. So what I did was, and you can see it now, that's me doing a shitty video. I was going to the gas station and so right by my house. I bought two different kinds of breakfast that I think are good, and yeah, they're definitely not optimal, but they're excellent, and they will be really good on the road. So the first breakfast that I assembled was this. I started with jerky. I was fortunate enough to find this epic jerky on my gas station. It has, like some fat, a little bit of carbohydrate, some sugars. They always put a little bit of sugar on jerky, but this is from pasture-raised grass-fed beef. It has no antibiotics, no growth stimulants. I read all the ingredients and I know what they are, all of them. And so, this is a very good source of protein. So that is what I got. If I had found turkey jerky, that would be better. They put less shit on that, but this is really good, and that will be my protein. This has, like, for me, this will be like one serving. This will be one breakfast. Then I found this little cup of fruit. It might be not the awesomest fruit, but it's real food. It's cut, everything. It's gonna go well with my jerky. And then I topped it with this little container that has some carrots and tomatoes and some cheese and some honey ranch that I'm not gonna use because it's probably full of shit. But I have some veggies there. So I have here some smart carbs. I have here some good source of lean protein. It doesn't have fat in it. And here I have some veggies, not as much as I would normally eat, and my cheese that is gonna count as my fat. And so I have everything that I need, right? Like, it's a good balanced breakfast. It's not optimal, but it's definitely better than a bagel with cream cheese. That's the first breakfast that I made. And the second breakfast was like, I bought a second a cup of fruit. These are my smart carrots. It looks really good. I'll eat it in a second. I bought some hard-boiled eggs. There you go. 2 there. They come with salt and pepper and everything. Sure, these eggs are not like the ones that I like to buy from Amy, who lives 2 blocks that way and treats her hens with love and care and pets them and calls them and feeds them the best food. Definitely, these are like these chickens. The chickens that like hatch these eggs are probably like, sad chickens that never see the sunlight, whatever. But it was what I have to do, right? Like, it's the best with what I had. definitely better than sad apple pie from the 7-Eleven. Good. And then I found these peanuts that they have nothing but salt. So it's peanuts and salt. If peanuts is not your thing and you're afraid of legumes, any other nut will do. Just make sure that they're not honey roasted or anything. Just get some nuts. And so if you look at this, I have my protein here. This has a little bit of fat, but that's fine. It's such a good thing, the yolk of eggs, that I let it pass. I have my smart carbs, and I have some good fats there, and I'm set. And I have my breakfast. I can eat it on the go, and you're done. And that is your worst case scenario. So in the worst case scenario, you still, and this is not a very special gas station. I feel like this is a very standard gas station. The Epic might be too good of a jerky to find in gas stations, but I feel it's now more common nowadays, and so it wouldn't surprise me if you'll find it in your gas station. Good. This is the worst case scenario. I don't have a minibar, I don't have anything, I eat it, and like if you have to repeat all over your trip, then that's fine. Like you can do that. Good. My advice though is you can have you whenever you're on the road, you have to anticipate a little bit. So you probably know what hotel you're gonna stay or what Airbnb you're gonna stay, and you can know if your hotel is gonna have a microwave and a fridge. And if it has a microwave and a fridge, you can prepare a meal for a like for a hotel that has a minibar. So you can buy some fruit. You don't have to buy a lot. You can buy some veggies. You don't have to buy a lot. You can buy hard-boiled eggs if that is your thing. You can buy some canned garbanzos or canned beans if you're vegan and that's your source of protein. Totally fine. By the way, in the gas station they did have canned garbanzos. I could have bought that as my source of protein for this if I wanted to do a vegan lean protein. Good. And if you have a microwave, for example, you could have some oatmeal, right? Like if that's what you have for breakfast, you can have some oatmeal. You buy some hard-boiled eggs, and you buy a cup of fruit or berry, and you have it in your fridge. You have your breakfast, right? So the first thing is always to plan and anticipate, right? And if you're traveling, you can't do that. But even in the worst case scenario, if your mindset is like, I'm gonna do the best with what I can, all you have to do is go to a gas station and do the best that you can with what you have. And if that is hard-boiled eggs with some fruits and some nuts, you're winning, man. That gas station also had lunch meat, which is not something that is awesome, but like you could check and see what they have and what ingredients they have and make an informed choice. So I did not create a set of 5 different breakfasts for hotel rooms and so on, because I don't think that that's very helpful. I think what is very helpful is that you have a strategy on how to do this. If I prescribe a couple of breakfasts, that's I don't know what your gas station is gonna have. But if I tell you like, hey, you can do this, I just did it in the corner, and if you plan and anticipate a little bit harder and get outside your comfort zone, you can be very smart, right? Like all you have to do is go and find some lean protein, go and find like whatever that is. If it's fat-free milk, it's fat-free milk. Good. Then find some good source of natural fiber. If it can be fruit, awesome. If it's vegetables like these guys, yeah, they're a little sad. You just carrots and tomatoes, but it's better than none. Good. And then you can find some good fats, and you're covered, right? So anyhow, that is my video for today. I'm sorry that my trip to the 7-Eleven wasn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be. I also recorded a trip to the groceries market, but like if you have a minibar and a microwave and enough time to go to the groceries store, you're covered, and so you don't need much. But anyhow, I hope this is helpful, and remember that when you're traveling, your mindset is very simple. It's like, how can I make this work? Don't go into expecting to be perfect. Go into like, how can I make this awesome? And you can. This is Actually, this is gonna be my dinner because I'm not gonna waste any of this. So I'm gonna eat this for dinner. I have, like a fridge full of delicious stuff that I cooked Sunday, but this is perfectly fine. I'm gonna amp a little bit the veggie content, but I'm set for the day. That is it. Thanks for watching.